Hamfest Sunday, as I want to call it. It's both my Hamfest, and then there's a small one over in the United States, and somewhere called Huntsville, I think. I think I've seen a YouTube video or four about it.
You're going to be in YouTube videos all week on.
There's even one going on in Japan, I think.
Yeah, the Tokyo Ham Fair, and that would be a great place to go, I think.
Yeah.
Then you get to see all the new stuff first.
Yeah, I already saw a video about the THT 75 and the new features that it will have.
Ria's video or another one?
Yeah, Ria's video, exactly.
Yeah, it's fairly lacking still. I still don't have a good grip of what that radio is going to be like, but I still so want it. Oh,
that radio is going to be probably about $1,000 US, €1,000.
I guess so.
Although Bob called that an investment earlier today at my Hamfest, I'm not really sure. I don't have that money to invest in a handheld radio.
That iPhone, you know what I mean? My wife's phone died this week, and I got her a new iPhone. It was, let's just say, I financed it.
Yeah, that is true.
That gave you some money to spend on ham stuff, didn't it?
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you buy an iPhone, in 3 years, it's going to be worthless.
I know.
When you buy that Kenwood radio, in 3 years, it's going to be worth 20% more because Kenwood has stopped making it and everyone wants it.
Yeah. And we got a new record today. We went off track within the first 45 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good.
But let's start with our ham radio weeks. And let's start with our keynote speaker from my Hamfest, Bob.
Hey.
That's my new title from now, is it?
At least this week. How has your ham week been?
I think it was fairly short because I've been out sick most of the week. I managed. I think I've been out sick since we last streamed. I managed to take part in the 10-meter net and the 2-meter sideband net, but other than that, there's been nothing. Not a single mountain, not a single park. I think that's the first time in over a year.
Yeah, so you didn't really have to make notes this week then.
No, I had to remember this, of course. The fact that it was nothing is also needs to be remembered.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And Kjetil, you did less than a watt long distance contact today, didn't you?
Yeah, but most of my week has been the same as Bob. I've been sick. So not much radio. But still, yeah, I participated or planned to participate in the Swedish Amateur Radio League's portable test, which is my favorite contest. Like, it's really fun. You have to be outdoors to call CQ, and you get more points to less power use. So I participate in class 4, which is less than 1 watt on SSB. Sadly, my 80-meter antenna broke, so I only had to do 40, which was full of lighthouse people. But I managed to get 1 in, so 1 SSPQ, so with less than 1 watt each way, and that was to a guy in the middle of Sweden, so 609 kilometers away. I still find that's epic on SSB.
That is awesome, and I just got to say, Ham Radio Dude, thank you, and feel free to leave a message with that super chat as well. But thank you, Sean. This is great. Besides being sick and doing that contest, no more radio stuff this week.
No, not really. Done some video editing, had some fun with that, but not very much. Mostly been sleeping, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. Tobias, an exciting ham radio week for you?
Unfortunately not. I worked through my household chores backlog because I'm, back in the day job now. So there was not much going on, just, cleaning up. No, I'm lying. I cleaned up all the past, 5 or 10 years of project documentation that's just been scattering around here in the shack. So I'll put them in a nice folder. So I don't know if that counts as ham radio, but at least it does not look as messy as before anymore here. I've not been ill, at least not more ill than last week. And yeah, it has been absolutely boiling in Germany, very hot. So I think today was 33 degrees outside, and the shack has still 30. So yeah, if I drop off my chair, just shout, and I will crawl up again.
I'll what's the emergency number in Germany so I know where to call?
I don't think that's going to work in Norway.
From abroad, that's very interesting question.
Just put a plus 49 in front of it, and perhaps it'll work.
I think not.
Probably not. Walt, you've been doing something out of character this week. I think I saw a video on that.
Yeah, 100 watts portable on the beach. That was fun. What I did was I've kind of had a crazy week, so I took a couple days off to take care of some business stuff. And Tuesday, I got up before the sun came up, went down to the beach with my Zygu X6100. First time I've been out portable with that, with a battery, 10 watts. And that was fun. I had a good time. I you know what? With that radio, I made my first portable QRP contact to Japan that morning, which was really cool. Talked to a guy in Tokyo. But I just could not, I could not make it. I could hear Australians, ZLs and VKs. I could hear them. I could never punch through. So I'm like, you know what? I've got this 100 watt, this FT891. I want to go back. I knew I was going to be able to do it Friday morning. So 3 days later, I said, I'm going to go back, same spot, same antenna, everything, but this time 100 watts instead of 10. And yeah, what a difference. I'm kind of like looking at the dark side now over there. I like that power. But yeah, I had a good morning, man. I was just crushing it into Australia from Virginia Beach there, right on the beach. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, it was a fun week. I had a really fun ham radio week this week. I needed it. I've been leading up to this week's been kind of working a lot of hours or whatever. And this week I just said, heck with it. I'm going to take some mental health days and do some stuff. And we're having car trouble. My wife's car has a problem. It's a recall issue. And now I'm out shopping for a new ride as well. So I think I'm going to buy a Jeep, 4-wheel drive Jeep, so I can take it out on the beach and do some awesome.
Good idea.
Yeah, so that's been my week. It's been a good one.
So that was a cool video, by the way. That with the FT891, you could you managed to get that fantastic feeling across that to enjoy yourself really a lot. When you there was just a VK and a VK and a VK and a VK, and it was a fantastic video. Yeah,
it was
fun to watch. Yeah,
thank you. That was a fun. I would have stayed out there longer, but the East Coast Surfing Championships were starting this weekend. They're going on now through the week, and they were setting up seating and everything there on the beach. And for some reason, I mean, it's 5 a.m. in the morning. Everyone was coming down, like climbing on those rocks around me and all around me and everything. And I'm like, the whole beach was empty. And I'm thinking, come on, guys, go down. Leave me alone. And I finally just I'm out of here. That's why I ended the video sitting in the car there right in front of the beach. I was like, I've had enough.
Yeah, but it was a great video, Walt. And hopefully you'll enjoy that radio. I'm on my way to doing pretty much the same thing. I'm looking for a decently priced used radio with 100 watts that's not too heavy. But at my Hamfest today, there weren't a lot of HF radios. There was a TS480, the 200 watt version, which I thought was a little bit too expensive. And at the point where I made up my mind, it was already sold.
Yeah, so, but I thought a heavy battery, heavy radio, I mean, especially if you add a lead battery.
Yeah.
The thing is, you shouldn't add a lead battery, but the thing with that radio, 200 watts, you need a fairly substantial battery to actually use all of the 200 watts.
You don't really need to use the 200 watts though, but I'm kind of happy that it got sold though, because it wasn't really the radio I was looking for. I was looking for an 857 or an ICOM 706 Mark II-G. So there's a couple out for sale, not locally, so I'll see what I end up doing. And then I might get rid of my QRP rig. I'm not sure, because I always use my QRP rig with an amplifier, and it kind of defeats the purpose of having a QRP rig.
Was that the 6100?
Yeah, the 6100. Because I'm lazy and I enjoy having a little bit more than 10 watts.
I like that radio a lot. They missed the boat on that radio to me. The battery that battery's worthless. It doesn't need to be in there. And that radio right there, if it was 20 watts like the G90 without a battery, just with everything, that radio would be amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Maybe add a little bit to it, put a better speaker in it, give it 20 watts and take the battery out of it. And those things would sell like hotcakes with that big screen on the front of it. It's awesome.
Yeah. Just to get back on topic a little bit, though, because I haven't done my ham radio week yet. I haven't done that much either. I went on a Monday. My daughter went to driving school, and I had 3 hours to kill. And there's a new POTA park that is a trail that runs pretty much all through town. I picked a place next to some RVs and a railway line, and that is not the ideal place for a radio. But I managed to do 50 QSOs in 3 hours there, both on sideband and digimodes, and pulled through. And then I noticed that there probably was a station in North Carolina on the same frequency as me, because I had a feeling that the pileup I could hear was not entirely mine. and I had the same guys coming through a couple of times. And one said, "Thank you for North Carolina." And I had to explain that, no, I already got you in my log, and this is not North Carolina. and then I put on a Hamfest, and that takes a lot more work and mental preparation than you'd think, actually. It takes a lot more work and preparation that I was really thinking about it, but it's been a lot of fun. I'll put some pictures up here. Just a couple of one, and there should be no surprise to any of you, but I'm going to do like the US YouTubers and put up a video on it. So not the best pictures. I had more videos than pictures, but I'm not going to share those now. And let me see if I can get the arrow in the right place. That is Bob up on stage right there, talking about summits on the air and parks on the air.
Just a question for that. Did you remember to inform about the new SOTA meetup that we have in Norway when we talk about meetups?
Yes, I did. I probably could have marketed it a bit stronger, but I did market the SOTA.no website and the happening on the 16th.
So if somebody want to go SOTA in Norway, we have an event for that as well.
Yeah, let's see. I'm going to put the pictures or videos up right here. I got a couple of questions here. Jeff is asking if there's a video of the Hamfest. Yes, it's coming. I didn't live stream, so I got to edit video. So there's a short couple of minutes long video coming on it. It's as Nathan says, it's a nice venue. It's not too large, so I can't really do a 2-hour live stream walking around. We have 7 guys selling used equipment. Steve says looks like a good turnout. Yeah, about 100 people, I think, after we did the final count up.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
good
and
number.
I see that Henning made about twice as much as I did, but I ended up on making more money than I spent, and that's entirely by accident, since the stuff I was looking for wasn't there. But I ended up with a couple of things. I like to use hammers, but let's see if I can get a camera. I got a paper logbook here. Nice compact one. So real nice thick pages, just in case my phone goes out on an activation. And it's no secret that I'm a big World War II nerd. So I got this book, Nazi Airwaves in the Second World War.
Oh. This, I have to do it like this, right?
I'm sorry to buy it. It's not your fault.
It's probably not propaganda in that book. It's a history book, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't mention the war. That's what they say, right?
That's what we agreed on before we brought Tobias in.
Yeah, we did. But then again, I got this book. I wanted to show it off. I got a hoodie that I bought from the Norwegian Radio Relay League that I thought I was going to wear today, but it turned out to be way too hot to wear a hoodie, so it's beside me. And then well, you can't really go to Hamfest without, let's see if I can find it here, ending up with a radio. And I've been looking at this radio for a couple of years. It's the VGC VRN 7500. Why can't they really make it easy to remember the names? But this one has no front panel. You use your phone through Bluetooth as the front panel. I would really want to see if that's a novelty or if it's something that works.
I'm looking forward to that review because I've been looking at that radio for a long time as well. I think the concept is fantastic.
The concept, I can tell you the following though. The iOS app, no, that does not work flawlessly. Then I went in my drawer of old Android phones. I got about 20 old Android phones in a drawer here. Push one out, install the app, and boom, it just worked. And it's so easy to program the channels. You do it from your phone. Just enter the data in, and it's good. So,
how long?
Be the ham radio, and I'm an Apple guy. I've got iPad, iPhone, everything, and sure enough, everything works on Android and not Apple. So,
yeah. But how long do they guarantee that it works? Like the like that you can have that you're going to use it with a mobile and more modern mobile phone. Like, can you pick this up in 40 years and it will work with a cell phone of that age?
I can probably guarantee that it's not going to.
No, it's a Chinese radio. Once it's done with the production, you got to make sure you've stored the APK file for your Android phone somewhere safe, and you got that old phone. But, well, I haven't technically bought it yet, though, because the dealer said, take it home, make a couple of videos on it, and you'll see if you like it, and then we'll agree on a price. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy it, but I haven't technically bought it yet.
Do they have more in stock, or is that the last one?
I think he's got more in stock. He's not sure if he's going to import more, though, but he's got more in stock.
Yeah.
So how many did turned up to the Hamfest, like of guests and whatever?
About 100 people turned up.
Nice.
Yeah. Nathan asked if that was half the population of Norway. So
yeah,
we're a small country. We're not that small though. So
maybe half the ham population.
Yeah, it was a great day. And then there are a couple more things happened. A little bit of networking. I can't really talk about all that now, but there were some things happening. So you'll probably see soon enough. And then I noticed, being a YouTuber, and I noticed that I am more ham famous than I thought I was.
Welcome.
I could not walk 3 steps without someone stopping me. So, but that was fun though. And I guess you had the same experience a couple of weeks ago, Walt.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago at our local Hamfest. It was wonderful. It was flattering. It was kind of I did not expect it, but it was almost like running for political office. All I did was shake hands and talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
And apparently, Bob, the radio is out of stock now.
Oh.
I know for sure from my sources in China that Retevis has 3 of their version of that radio in stock.
Yeah, but it's going to be available on eBay for years to come, for sure.
Yeah, probably. And people are going to sell that radio. So it comes up once in a while. I just think the concept is so weird that I got to try it out. But I am not sure how long it'll last, but it's a nice concept for the car, though. You can just store the radio underneath the seat, and you can actually use your phone as a speaker mic as well through Bluetooth.
Cool.
That was my intention with the radio. I got another radio now for the car that I need to install. So it's I probably don't have the use case anymore. But it's going to be really fun to see what you think about that radio. I'm going to get the VHF back in the shack because we used to speak every day when I had the VHF up on here.
Yep.
You were opening repeaters on your way back from work. So I'm going to get that radio back in the shack. I have an AIC 2820, is it? I think that's used for a shack radio. It's a really fast scanning ICOM radio. So.
But it would be great to have it in a car and just Bluetooth to the in-car system. And don't have to do wiring. I did that with my D878, but that didn't work too well.
So you tried to do that with your D8 or whatever that was?
It mostly worked. But the car was really confused, and you have to have like another Bluetooth button to push.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm going to try. It's a novel concept, and hopefully it'll work. But first impressions are good. I did a local 2-meter net before the stream now, and I got good reports on the modulation. The audio was great on the radio. It was relatively easy to set up, although it beeps at irregular intervals. But I don't know why it beeps. So
your smoke detector battery's out. That's what it is.
Yeah, and let's say it is, the documentation is, in lack of a better word, Chinese. So
oh, that's good.
But there's like a million YouTube videos on this radio. So someone's doomed to have the problem before me.
Was that radio? The Bing?
No, that was my phone, which is somewhere in my shack. Although I'm not really sure where it is. So
I gotta ask, okay, because I understand euros to dollars or whatever. $6,000 in Norwegian. What does that equal in euros? I saw
about 600.
About 600. Okay, so it's like $1,000 over. Okay, that's
just for simplicity, the rate is about 1/10 for both dollars and euros.
Cool. I miss the old days before the euro. You know what I mean? Where you were totally confused every country you went to. I remember I was in this is in the 80s. I was in Greece, back using the old drachma back in Greece, and I remember the exchange rate for the U.S. dollar was, I mean, crazy. And I felt like I had like a big wad of play money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fun.
Did you ever go to Italy with while they had the lira?
Yeah, I did. I did go there. I was in Italy for quite a while in 1992. I was in Livorno, or at the port there in Livorno working, and yeah, it was the good old days, man. We had the lira.
Towards the end of the period with the lira, before they got the euro, the exchange rate, it was so bad that for, let's see, $500, you would get 1 million lira.
Wow.
So if you brought a friend out for dinner and drinks at an expensive place, you could actually get a Visa receipt for more than 1 million lira.
And we're apparently on the Monty Python team today. Both don't mention a war, which is technically not Monty Python, but it's close enough. And the machine that goes beep. So
do you guys have over there the battery powered smoke detectors in your homes?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So you know when the battery weak, it goes beep.
Yeah.
Go over somebody's house that's lazy and they haven't changed the battery, and you're sitting there like, dude, man, I'll buy you a battery. Change that battery. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
See,
the thing is, though, I have about 7 of those all around the house.
Yeah, it takes days to find the one that
exactly because they are linked. So if one beeps, all of them beeps.
I have 11 smoke detectors in my house. So basically, I was doing this at least once a month, hunting for a battery.
Yeah.
I went out and I bought 11 Google fire alarms. That was not inexpensive, but now I have an app that can tell me which one is out of battery, and it's well worth it.
Yeah, my stepfather, he built a new wall at home, and he built the fire alarm into it.
yeah.
So it just kept beeping, and the dog went crazy after a while. So,
and I see that our next week's guest is doing the glamorous YouTuber Ham Life here.
Yeah,
Tim is listening while he's washing up, so that's good. William says that his are hardwires to the mains, and new ones here are if you got a new house. But if you, like me, got a house from the late 60s, they're not. I don't think they had fire alarms back in the late 60s. So
they didn't even have fires back in the late 60s.
No.
But they communicate via RF, many of them. So you can buy them, and they can be over Zigbee or over 433 megahertz, or probably some other bands as well.
Yep.
So it could be interesting to see if you can, for example, trigger them.
Yeah,
my fire alarm gets tested quite often every time my wife cooks, basically. So.
Mine are 433 megahertz, and they're not smart smoke detectors, but I got a Adam Homey smart home controller, which can pick up the 433 megahertz signal, and then trigger all my smart lights to blink red when the fire alarm goes off, and send a text message to all the phones. So
Yeah.
Ours,
We find that out.
whoever put the one in this house I'm in now, they put it in the kitchen, like right over the stove. So,
Yeah.
you can
Brilliant.
boil water in the alarm.
Yeah.
Hit the button while you're cooking. You're doing this to stop the fire alarm. It's crazy.
Yeah.
When I
They
moved
actually-
into this house, there was a fire alarm or a smoke detector right outside the bathroom door. So whenever you took a shower and opened the door, the steam let out, the fire alarm would go off. So
Yeah.
that was the
But
first
they-
thing to go.
And,
They found that-
welcome to the European Ham Radio and Fire Safety Show for.
Yeah. But they found that out at work. Like we had a fire alarm that wasn't scheduled, some construction work, and they hadn't put like alarms in the showers, not the detectors, but like there was no sound within the wardrobes at all. So the people that were showering, of course, they were safe, but still. They didn't get an alarm and wonder why on earth the building was empty.
While we're on the subject of let's take it back to Hamfest here for a second.
Yeah. well done, Walt. That's the smoothest segue I've ever seen.
I mean, Morton, you spent quite a bit of time here in the States. Have you ever been to an American Hamfest? Or
No, I haven't been back to the States since I got licensed, so I've never been to an American Hamfest. But as far as I've heard, Peoria, Illinois, where I lived in the 90s, has a pretty good Hamfest. So I'd really love to go there at some point, but not in the considerable near future. When interest rates go down, that might be a possibility, though. And I managed to sell the RV.
There you go. Definitely going. Matter of fact, we've already got. We're getting rooms and rides together. My club, we're all going to go to Dayton next year together. We're going to rent a van and all cruise.
Yeah.
Dayton. Look forward to that. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to go to Dayton, and I'd love to go to Friedrichshafen in Germany. Those are probably the two Hamfests. But going to big American Hamfest, Hamcation in Orlando would probably be the easiest ones because I could get on a direct flight straight to Orlando.
Orlando, yeah, that would be pretty cool. I thought about that this year, but that unfortunately happens right during time of it's my wife's birthday that weekend, so we're gonna go over. I think we're headed to the Bahamas during Hamcation, so maybe I'll see some of the other hammers in the airports in Florida as I'm flying through on my way to the Bahamas. So,
yeah.
Can't you just buy her tickets to Orlando to a nice hotel there?
Yeah. Orlando isn't exactly. I mean, the only thing in Orlando is Disney and Universal. Orlando's in the middle of the state, away from the coast, so it's more of the theme park type place and stuff like that. It's if you're going to go to Florida to enjoy Florida, go to Orlando, go to a theme park, get out of there, and then go to the coast, either the west or the east coast. And I like the west coast of Florida better, over on the Gulf of Mexico. It's beautiful.
Okay.
But, yeah, I've spent a lot of time in Florida. I'm not really. Hamcation would be cool, but I'm really looking forward to Dayton. Dayton is the big boy here.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Friedrichshafen next year because my daughter is taking German in school, and she'd really like to go to Germany. And that is probably the only possibility I have to take her to a Hamfest, except for my own today. She managed the waffles and the hot dogs today, but if I take her to a German Hamfest, she might go because it's Germany. So,
Yeah. She can talk to Tobias and learn from him. So, but the only Hamfest I've been to is the Norwegian Hamfest, the one in Oslo or near Gardermoen. That's not really big. That's like maybe a few hundred people at max.
I think I was there last year, about 600 people last year.
Yeah,
I didn't go this year.
The Hamfest we have here that we had last weekend is called the Tidewater Hamfest. that morphed out of what was called the Virginia Beach Hamfest. Back in the days, the Virginia Beach Hamfest was amazing. I remember going there before I was even licensed. Like I would say in the late 80s, early 90s, I would go to the Virginia Beach Hamfest every year because at the time I was a satellite TV kind of hobbyist or whatever, and I built a C-band dish and all that stuff in my backyard. And you could go to those Hamfests and you could find all the parts. I bought a satellite dish there. I was like a 2-meter diameter aluminum dish, all kind of stuff for nothing. It was just miles and miles of really cool stuff. Whereas that Hamfest here now has kind of gone down to, it was probably even smaller than what you guys did. I don't think I saw 100 people at ours last weekend, Morton. So that's it's kind of sad. There used to be a big one and a good one that I went to just as a shortwave listener and, you know, an 11-meter guy and a hobbyist or whatever back in the day. I mean,
and it is kind of impressive though, because we had a couple of people that weren't licensed that came to the Hamfest today as well. Had a couple of guys that were gonna start studying for the license, and I can understand that. And then there were a couple of people that sold tubes that figured a Hamfest would be a good place to go to source tubes.
Yeah, why not? But there's also like that radio meetup or radio trip, which is in Oslo on OS on SOTA OS 003. But that's mostly CB people. But I guess you could go there as well.
Yeah, I could probably go. I need to work up on my CB skills though. I've tested the radio, but I haven't taken it out yet. So I gotta go and try that. So.
Yeah, there are lots of smart people in that community as well.
but then again,
now.
but then again though, Hamfests are amazing because, first of all, you get to buy a lot of junk that you don't really need, which you can sell at your next Hamfest. Which most of my stuff that I sold today, I've even either been gifted by sponsors on the channel, or I've bought it at my last Hamfest and looked at my shelf and figured I put that when I got home from my last Hamfest and it's still there, so I might as well try to sell it. And a lot of that equipment came back with me, so I got to find some people that are looking for a little bit weird stuff, such as a Cisco IP phone for Ham Shack Hotline, which is to be honest fun for about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
but or a duplexer because I wanted to work satellites, but never ended up using that. But
my main takeaway from
I like going and looking at all the old boat anchors, man, all the old historic radios.
Yeah. Oh, that is fantastic.
Yeah,
There was a table at your Hamfest that you should have been there, Walt. That was plenty of cool radio on that. Do you have a picture of that one?
Let me see. I got more videos than pictures, but there's a little bit here. Let's see if I can get that up again. I only took 3 pictures though. I took a lot of video, but let's see here.
It's really cool to see all the weird stuff people drag out. Like everybody
we have it in the
see if
corner.
I can zoom in a little bit. So we got this Heathkit radio here, which didn't work. And then a couple of old, I think those were Kenwood's 2-meter radios. And behind this guy, there's an amplifier, 1 kilowatt amplifier, homebrew amplifier.
Oh, cool.
But I would be scared to turn that on, to be honest. And I saw no one bought it. So, and what you can see down here is a mountain of coax that I brought, and managed to sell about half of it. And then I gave some away. And at the end, I just put a note: "Pay whatever you want" on it.
Yeah. I see there's a very young hand there as well. In the stroller.
Yeah, there. I've noticed that before now. Actually, yeah.
Yeah,
there were a couple of kids there, and according to my daughter that sold coffee, waffles, and hot dogs, there was a lot of women there as well.
Well,
I don't.
I think maybe 3, but I guess that's a lot for an Hamfest. So
Exactly.
Nathan said that coax looks chunky. Now, what you can see in the picture is RJ213, so that's not too chunky. But the other coax, which I don't know what was, has the feel of a PVC pipe.
Yeah, you know, I've been looking for RG213, right?
You have?
Yes.
Yeah. Let me know whenever you come here.
Take it off stream. But my main takeaway when I went to Oslo to the Norwegian Hamfest was the presentations. There were some really good presentations from emergency communications and some were topical, like we had one on SOTA, and there were some others there. But then again, that and meeting people, talking to people, and just getting a face to that voice you've heard for half a year or something like that. That is really nice.
Yeah, that is, and meeting people is. Before I lost my train of thought when I spoke the last time, that was actually my point. That meeting people is the most important, and meeting those people you've only met on air, but you've had plenty of QSOs with.
Yeah, and this is even weirder than nowadays we do a lot of Teams meetings at work, and it could go months before you see someone. But then
exactly, my leg's cramping up, so that's why my face is looking weird now. So
yeah, you get a face to them there as well, or that there you actually get a face to them, but you don't get the issue how high is that guy? Is it 2 meters high, or is it 150, or anything else? You don't get these details, and that's a weird thing about the radio.
Yeah.
I think that's a nice thing about radio.
Yeah,
you just have no idea. That's appealing to me. This could be some transvestite crossdresser you're talking to, and you just have no idea because he's just a person on the other side of the radio. It doesn't matter. He could look like anything. Could be a man with or a woman with a deep voice. You just have no idea, and I think that's it's democratic in a way because all your preconceived ideas about someone based on how they look, it just disappears completely. So I think that's a good thing.
That is a good thing. It's funny you say that because we had the North American QSO party here yesterday, and I worked. I want to say the name was Doreen or Dorian or whatever, and I was like, oh, okay, nice, 73 or whatever, and I went to the QRZ page, and sure enough, it was not what I expected.
It doesn't really matter though. I mean, that's a brilliant thing about radio because I mean your preconceptions kind of go away when you only have a voice to identify someone with.
Yeah.
So and I see that we got a comment that LB8 India Juliet's son was there, 10 years old, and is going to try to be the youngest ham in Norway. So that is awesome.
That is awesome.
That's good.
That should really be supported if your club or whatever is his local club can pitch in, and I'm sure other clubs can do as well. That would be fantastic to get him licensed.
And he also get a lot of free stuff because of his age, so that is impressive.
So send your kid in next time, Morten, and let her ask for things.
I had my daughter there. She made it clear that she would not try for her license. So, and Lewis went to Hamfest today, managed to spend £1 on a book. That is not the right. That is not the right way of going to Hamfest.
Or is it? Maybe it is.
Maybe it is.
Book. Yeah. I'm a book fanatic myself. I've got quite a library of radio books. So that's cool. I can see Lewis buying books. Lewis is the research guy. You know what I mean? Cool.
Also, I think that transaction, that was the end of the line for that book. That started out at a Hamfest for 20 euros. Then it was sold for 10 and 5 and 3 and now 1 to Lewis. That's the end of the line for that book.
Yeah. Next one is more expensive. Next time it's more expensive because then it's a legacy book.
But I mean, no surprises. It was rubbish. And Lewis struggled to spend his money. So, and I actually did today too. It wasn't that I did want to spend some money, but I couldn't really find anything to spend my money on.
I was really
last weekend, the Hamfest I went to last weekend. I went to the ATM and got $80 out, and I left the Hamfest with $75. I spent $5 on a hot dog and a drink. That was it.
yeah, but I guess not many people use cash here. Like we.
No,
I don't think anyone used cash.
Oh yeah, people use cash.
They did.
I had more cash in my pocket that I've had in years when I left. Which is not really a substantial amount, but
no, I still have that's Hamfest cash from last week.
But the thing is, though, I didn't have any change when people came and wanted to pay cash for any of my stuff. So.
Of course not.
But that turned out good, though. I sold two of an item because I didn't have change for him, so he ended up buying two instead of one.
Was that a battery?
No, that was not a battery. That was my guy rings for the DX Commander Pro.
Yeah.
I really wanted the cups, like the NRL 95-year cups they had.
Yeah, I looked at those. Ended up buying books, which we are not going to show on stream anyway.
Yeah. I have the cup from the 9th year. That's actually the last year I went to Hamfest, so getting too far ago.
Yeah.
But I have a question about the German Hamfest. I'm not going to try and pronounce the name of the place, but how far is that from the coast?
Friedrichshafen?
Tobias? Yeah.
That's the other end of Germany. Yeah, you have you have a big lake there.
It's the other end of Germany, so basically close to Switzerland then.
Right, you have the Bodensee there, I think.
Oh, all right.
I think the easiest way to fly there from Norway is via Zurich, and then train.
And how come they put the big Hamfest at places which do not have large international airports?
I know, right? That's crazy.
you mean like Moss?
I remember Morton, you and I talked about it when I was in Poland. I wanted to go to that, right? And
yeah.
I actually looked into it. I could almost fly back home to the States easier than I could go to that Hamfest.
But I mean, going by car in Germany shouldn't take too long, though, should it, Tobias?
It's at least from Munich, it's like half a day drive, I think.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Is this the TGV trains? Do they go this far north, or is it slow trains?
Isn't TGV trains in Spain? No, sorry, France.
It's in France, and it's in Switzerland at least, and I think maybe into Italy. The TGV train network it's fantastic. The French really knocked that one out of the park. That's smarter than flying. Basically, wherever that train goes, it's going to be faster to take the TGV than get on a plane. But they're not going this far north, probably, than Tobias, do they?
I think you mean south.
I think I should pull up the map there. You know what we are talking about.
Yeah, you should probably do. And since you know the German map,
1 second, I'll find one.
And Jeff says at his last Hamfest, a guy got a D74 for $200. That might be the price point where I would consider buying a D74.
I got 2 D72s for a little less than twice that. And that's an absolute steal. I could turn around and sell them on eBay for 3 times as much.
But then again, you don't sell stuff, do you?
I don't. No.
Sadly. What does your wife think about that?
As long as I have room for it in the basement, which is the largest floor on the house, by the way, she's all right with it.
I typically hang on to things and then eventually give it away. So stay friends with me, guys. I usually give my stuff away.
It's going to be part of my estate. When I'm gone, that's my son's going to sell that for an awful lot of money or throw it out. One of those.
Stuart, it probably is from the UK. It's probably easier to get to Huntsville. You just fly. You could probably fly either from Manchester or London straight into Atlanta, and then get a rental car from Atlanta over to Huntsville. Atlanta being probably our biggest airport here in the States. So very close.
But I guess let's say if I was going to Dayton, I would probably fly into Chicago. That would be the closest airport to fly to, wouldn't it?
Well, Cincinnati's got a big airport, and Cincinnati and Dayton they're right beside each other.
Yeah, but there's not really any
it's
international
not
flights
really
into Cincinnati, though.
You would fly.
Let's see, Tobias. Perhaps I can make you big here, or you could just use the percent button in StreamYard. Let's see here. You're big here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Germany, the ham radio fair is down here. Zoom in Friedrichshafen.
Yeah.
Is that Switzerland on the other side of that lake?
Yes.
Yeah, you could fly into Geneva as well, and then that's just basically a 1.5 hour drive, I think.
Yeah, maybe that's quickest.
Yeah, you would be landing in the French part. I think they're a bit more laid back in the French part than in the German part of Switzerland. So I would prefer to land there, I think, especially carrying radios.
Aren't there even 3 borders here? I'm terribly bad at geography. That's the one thing I hated the most at school. Just, here's the map, learn all the streets, learn all the city names, and I said, why? I never will go there. So
it's in case you want to be a taxi driver.
Yeah.
But at some point, Tobias, you're going to go to Friedrichshafen. So
exactly, yeah. And that's when I learn it, right? And not a minute earlier. No.
Yeah, I mean, it's tempting. I got to figure out the logistics of going there, though. And it would anyhow be easier to bring equipment home from there than the United States.
Yeah. But it's expensive. I looked into flying down there this year, and it was around 10,000 kroner each altogether, both ways. So around 1,000 euros. So a significant amount of money.
Exactly.
But,
for that amount of money, you can fly a direct flight to Chicago.
Yes.
And then, you need to get a rental car to get to Dayton, though. But
Chicago to Dayton is a good little drive, though. I mean, you might as well just look at flying into Dayton from Chicago.
Yeah. Chicago to Dayton should be a good day of driving, shouldn't it? I've driven that way. The only thing about Ohio in the summer, as far as I've experienced it, is that it's a lot of road work on the interstates in Ohio.
That's everywhere. That's the United States of America, right?
Ohio was the worst though. Once we crossed in from West Virginia to Ohio, and I got a tip that you shouldn't speed in Ohio because the cops are out for you. I did not need to worry about speeding in Ohio. Google Maps told me that from Wheeling, West Virginia to Indianapolis would take about 3.5 hours. It took 13.5 hours, and I saw every rest stop along the interstate in Ohio.
Wow.
But Stuart has a nice comment there about he thought it was Baltic because it was named Friedrichshafen. It's named Hafen, and it's by a big lake. So it's a haven, or it's a port still.
Yep.
Like that lake is big.
Yeah.
So, but let's. I'm going to look into it and see if that is a possibility next year.
Yeah, accommodation is usually a problem, I've heard. So you would have to book. Some people book that a year in advance.
So I checked hotel rooms in Dayton last year when I thought about going to Dayton this year, and that was stupidly expensive.
Yeah, but remember, you can drive your RV down to Friedrichshafen.
Well, if I'm going to go to Friedrichshafen, I need the cash from selling my RV, though. So, and since my other car is a 30 kilowatt-hour Nissan Leaf electric car with about, on a good day, has about 160 kilometers of range.
Imagine that on the Autobahn. That would be not get up to speed, probably.
I had no problem getting up to speed, but then I probably need a recharge in about 4 kilometers.
What about renting? You just rent one. Rent a car.
Let's see if we can rent something. Maybe we can take my car. That car can do 1,200 kilometers on one full tank of diesel fuel. So, that could be fun.
My old caddy was really happy when it came back down to the Autobahns. It just felt happy.
and that is for American viewers. That's Caddy as the small Volkswagen van, and not Caddy as a Cadillac.
And that was it. 8 diesel, obscene amounts of diesel.
I have done 180 kilometers an hour in a Ford Fiesta on the Autobahn.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That was
There's no.
I was younger and not. I was, let's call it, say like this. I was younger and stupider back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Ford Fiesta is not built for those kind of speeds.
A Ford Fiesta weighs about 200 kilos. You can't drive that. I shouldn't drive it on the Autobahn in the first place. Absolutely not at 180 kilometers an hour.
When I got my.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
When I got my driver's license, we got a free ticket with the ferry to Denmark with the text, "Congratulations with your driver's license. Enjoy free speed limits in Germany." That's not what you want to give to 18-year-old boys that just got their license.
That's true. That's true. But I have a tip for you. Next time you go down there, on whatever highway, motorway, freeway you're on, just place yourself behind one of the lorries and drive at their speed. But you get less wind resistance because you can coast behind the car, and it's an intelligent speed for driving economically. That's what I do. If I want the 1,200 kilometers out of one tank of gas on the Duster, that's what I do, and it works.
First of all, it's kind of fun that we're giving Autobahn tips to the German in the on stream here. Secondly, when driving an electric car with limited range, you get really good at driving economically.
Yeah, I get like kilometer anxiety. Is that what you call it? Like range anxiety.
Yeah, range anxiety.
When I see that it alerts me I have less than 500 kilometers left, then like I think I need to fuel up soon.
Okay.
Range anxiety that kicks in at the moment your entire instrument panel is starting to flash to you. Yeah. When there are no numbers, there's just lines and everything flashes. That's the point where I get range anxiety, and that's probably a tad bit late, actually.
But I can attest to that. I've been speaking to you on VHF when your range anxiety kicks in, and it feels like it's very very much last minute. Yeah.
But to bring that back into a segue into ham radio again, my TS480 SAT does the same. It doesn't have a battery indicator, but when you speak and you see that the backlight flashes in tone with your voice, then you know that you're draining the battery too much.
It's funny. It's funny you say that, and bringing it back to ham radio. So I'm shopping for a new vehicle right now, and I'm buying. This is the first vehicle I'm actually buying to suit my ham radio needs. You know what I mean? Instead of like buying just anything for whatever. This next purchase for me to drive is totally it's the Coastal Ways and Wires mobile. You know what I mean? The vehicle I'm buying. Definitely an SUV for that. I'm looking at a Jeep. I'm gonna get a Jeep so I can drive on the beach. You know what I mean? I also like the fact that I'm gonna have like a VHF mobile in it. And an HF mobile in it, side by side under the dash. It's gonna be pretty cool.
Just a question about the Jeep, though. Are you gonna be an angry guy talking or an obnoxious guy talking about GMRS radios if you get a Jeep?
No, not a rule cut.
I was kind of like looking for a Coastal Waves and Wires car that would be like a dune buggy, like the military dune buggies with antennas on the side.
Yeah, I'm looking at it's called the Jeep Gladiator. So it's like it looks like a military Jeep, but it also it's like a pickup truck too as well. And I'm thinking that because it's kind of 4-door, I can fit people in it. I can have my grandkids in the back seat, and I can drive it right out on the beach. And
I'm gonna put it up here, and it'll be in Norwegian here, and we're close to an hour, so I guess this is the last segment on our. This is halfway radio related, though.
Yeah.
Let's get it up here.
That's good because I almost need to turn the heater up here. It's getting chilly.
And this is Walt's new radio mobile.
Yes. May have one of those.
That is an awesome vehicle.
It's got room for batteries in the back. Now that you're going QRO.
That's right.
Are you getting it as an electric or a diesel?
Gasoline.
Gasoline. Okay.
It's an American after all. That's
yeah. Sorry.
just is Jeep really American, since it's well, it's not Fiat Chrysler anymore, it's Stellantis, where every car is pretty much built on a French platform from the Citroens and Peugeots.
I don't think you can get more American than a Jeep, though. So.
I tend to agree.
Yeah,
very
I was
true.
thinking Humvee.
Yeah,
Humvee.
Humvees.
Yeah, there's a really nice one driving around here. Like it's like one of the old stock military ones.
Yeah.
There's one in town here as well, with Marine Corps decor on it, and it's got a big HF antenna on it, which is probably not used at all, but it looks good on that vehicle.
Yeah,
That's cool. See, that's what I got to do. I got to go out and find me like a military comms looking antenna that'll fit the Jeep, make it look right. Like here, I'm sure you guys have them in Europe, and here in the States, you see these guys with their ham radio license plates, whatever, and they have like 8 antennas all on top. Not doing that for sure. I kind of wanted to stealth it out a little bit,
It was kind of fun to spot the cars when they arrived at the Hamfest today. You could kind of tell on the cars which people were going to the Hamfest.
Yeah, I looked at was looking at another YouTube channel. I think it's called Diesel Creek. It's an American channel. And one of the trucks that was towing some equipment around, he had a Kilo Zero ham radio plate on it. So that was really cool.
That is cool. 56 minutes. So I guess we have to start wrapping up pretty soon. Bob, you're next week.
I have no idea. Actually, I'm still feeling as I'm not in the best of shape, but I'm usually like this after I've been sick for a while. So I just need to go outside and walk up a few mountains just to sort of walk it off.
Exactly.
Yeah, that sounds sort of flippant, but it is like that because after I've been sick for a while, I feel out of it, and all I want to do is sit down in front of the computer. The only thing for it is getting outside, walking up a mountain, and just doing it. So I'll try that, and if that works, then great. I'll probably do some mountains next week. If not, then there's probably one more week of home office, and we'll see.
Yeah,
I'll let you all know next Sunday.
Kjetil, any plans?
Mostly the same as Bob. Probably doing a SOTA if I feel up to it. I was planning that today, but not yet. Work again. And when I was doing POTA today, I mentioned this before stream, I saw that some other guy was also activating in that park. So hopefully I'll be meeting up with him and just having some fun doing a 2-person or like a joint activation with somebody new here. And that is cool, seeing somebody new just activating around.
That is a great way of doing it. And Nathan says that a Unimog is the perfect mobile shack, and it is.
What is a Unimog, I wonder?
What is a Unimog? No, it's not a small car. It's a Mercedes truck, and it can be pretty. We just need to put that up here.
Do the box one.
Each I'm buying for one of those Unimogs is like
a Unimog can pretty much be whatever you want it to be. Let's see here.
I've seen that a French guy passed here with one of them built as a camper with ham radio gear.
Yeah, let's see.
Do that one on the Wikipedia side. That was an excellent one with
okay, not the Mercedes-Benz site, but the Wikipedia.
I was thinking on the right side of the Google search results. There was a picture of one that had one. Yes,
or this one.
Even. Yes.
Yeah, let's see if we can get that up. That is the perfect ham radio vehicle.
Yeah.
See, I told this story before about my neighbor that got upset because I'm parking an RV.
Oh, wait! Now, I did not get that up large. Let's see. There we go.
So
yeah,
what did your neighbor think about that big portable antenna or the towable antenna?
I didn't buy it. I resisted the urge. I was very proud of myself. But I can imagine her face if I pulled up in a car like that and parked that outside. That would be so funny.
But then again,
great video though. I've done that. You know, when you piss off a woman like that, just keep the video running.
Just rent it for a day. You know, you get a great video out of it.
How is that video doing on views, Walt? Is it still a good video?
It's like my number one all-time video, I think. It's
So, speaking of German cars, German hams, plans for next week, Tobias?
Yeah, depends on the temperature here in the shack. If things get back to normal, then I'm motivated to do something. I have so much stuff laying around. The power supply video version 2 needs to be done. Then I wanted to look at the FPGA development board. And then I still try to figure out what to do here with my Insta360 1R. One thing that annoyed me is that I never got the microphone adapter, and the built-in microphone is really crap. So I found a schematic on the internet how to wire it up to the USB-C so that it takes an external microphone. So I got one of these USB-C breakout boards where all the 24 pins of the USB-C are on the breakout board, and I maybe try to wire it up so that I can connect an external microphone. Because the adapter is no longer available. You can get it from Insta360 service probably for a ludicrous amount.
It's the same with the GoPro. I didn't buy a mic adapter for my GoPro a couple of generations ago, GoPro, and they're not available anymore. And the built-in mics are terrible.
Yeah.
There's a media kit, I think, for the GoPro. I have one of these for the 11 Black.
But I got I think it's the 8, and those are not compatible with each other.
Yeah,
both are USB-C, so there shouldn't be a reason why they wouldn't be compatible with each other. And the cameras have the exact same form factor, but no, they don't work with each other.
There is a reason.
That is a marketing decision, I think.
Yeah,
yes.
I think that.
More money.
Yeah.
So, Walt, any radio stuff next week?
Yeah, I've got some plans. I'm going to drive some people crazy. I'm going to take this, which is a CB radio. Have you seen the truckers with the 2 antennas? It's a co-phasing harness for CB radio. So all the experts that are going to talk to me in the comments about 90 degrees and 180 degrees out of phase and phasing or whatever, I'm going to let it rip with just the old CB co-phase thing there and put got 2. These are the Buddy Pole extra.
Ooh.
And we lost Walt again, I think.
I think the people that didn't like him got him.
Yeah.
Nah, I think it's his battery. It always lasts an hour, and if we're not on time, then he's gone.
But seriously though, we're good at losing people. When Bob was in Cyprus, we lost him a couple of times as well. So,
Yeah.
but I should probably just in honor of Walt, just do it like this for a little while.
Yeah, looks like he's going to be drumming.
Yeah, he's a drummer.
Yeah.
But I guess once we wait for Walt to either come back or not, I'll do my next week because I got a video lined up on Tuesday for my ham radio by the railroad, my pod activation by the railroad. That's coming on Tuesday. I have to edit the raw footage from the Hamfest today, and then I'm going to try out that Bluetooth radio that I probably end up buying. I mean, when ham radio dealers say take it home for a loan, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. You had this glint in your eye. That was the problem.
Well, I managed to. He was only about 6-7 meters from where I had my stand, but it took me about 15 minutes to get there through all the people that wanted to shake my hand. So I talked to him a couple of times about that radio, and I was going to pay up front for it, but he said, take it home and try it, make a couple of videos on it and see if you like it. So I ended up doing that, and I'm going to end up buying it as well.
Yeah, remember the ad revenue will pay for it.
Oh yeah, the entire. Well, I made about 30 euros, 30 US dollars last month. So the ad
Yeah.
revenue on being a YouTuber is fantastic.
You can buy a
How many
burger.
beers do you get in Norway for
1
that
half.
euro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That depends though, because the exchange rate between euros and Norwegian kroners are ludicrous. So if you exchange the euros to Norwegian kroner, you could probably get almost one beer.
Yeah.
Walt says he lost 5G there, so I guess that's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I guess
And-
we got the gist of what he's trying to do. Yeah,
Yeah,
two antennas, 2 body pole sticks, two coils at the bottom, and then see
co-facing
what
them.
goes. Right?
Yeah.
I
And,
normally don't read comments, but I'm really looking forward to the comments on that video. That's it's gonna be fun.
And just before we go, do you remember when Colin was here and Walt asked about that concept? And Colin said it'd probably be easier just to put up a full-size vertical, and that would work better. But it's all for experimentation.
That's not fun. Like
No,
doing the thing that's obvious and works.
That is
We
no
wanna do
fun,
that.
and that's why my TS440 is going to be my POTO radio as soon as I get the power cable for it in the mail. So, and on that note, I guess we're just going to say 7-3.
Yeah.
7-3.
Okay. Thanks for
7-3,
watching, guys.
and, let's press
Bye.
the like button.